Hello, my name is Tom de Ridder and we are in the Rodec demo studio where we test and demo all of our gear. We have lined up for you today 3 consoles. We have a full tracking on the left, we have a hybrid version on the right, and then we have an empty one in the middle with just a couple of 500 modules. So these are linked up together, so we can link multiple consoles, so the solos and the mutes will work in harmony with each other, and also the audio is routed through. So everything from console on the left, we use this console for our drums. It has a couple of live drum computers hooked up to it. Will be some then mixed through the compressor, and then we'll end up together with whatever comes from table 2 through the xmax compressor. And then in the middle we have a couple of modules that are hooked up to the inserts of desk number 1. So insert 1 to 8 basically then ends up in track 1 to 8 here, and then we can engage an insert on channel 2, and it will then basically go through the karacter here and then back routed to channel 2. So that's our setup. Let's run some music through it and let's take you through each of these channels. So we have a combination here of USB audio coming from our Logic session together with some analog drum machines and synths that you see behind me. And we also have MIDI sync here with the Hapax that is running all of the drum patterns, and then a KO that we use for our kick samplers. Let's press record so that we can record the session, and we can in the meantime solo what's going on. Let's go to table number 1 first. So channel number 1, we have the kick going on. Like I told you, this is coming live from the KO tool so that we can feel which kicks work in what session. Number 2, we have a snare drum coming from the Linndrum. We've EQ'd it to our preamp, and then we've inserted it all the way into the karacter, and we've given it some drive. So if I put the karacter off or on and I parallel mix, so let's hear the wet channel. So this is the fully driven channel, and let's then bring it back to 40%. And so this blend of both the distorted and the dry channel still gives you the transient of the snare, and then it has some tail going on thanks to the drive. We do have one of my favorites here, which is the gated reverb coming from the Yamaha RX50 to push that guy a little bit. Clap going on, coming from the 909 directly on channel 3 with some hi-hats. These both channels, insert 3 and 4, go to the xfilter, Elysia's xfilter. If I unpush this, so now I engage it, so you can see we've gained the presence a little bit of these sounds. Taking it one further, my favorite is a conga loop. This one is coming from the USB input, as you can see. Because we run everything through the consoles, a combination of MIDI and audio, we don't have latency issues here. So everything is in harmony, everything is timed perfectly. On the conga loop, we did aggressive EQing, EQ in, and obviously we've put some reverb on that, and we're also pushing this conga loop on insert number 5. Insert number 5 is the envelope. If I unscrew that, unpush it, or I engage it, it gives you a little bit more attack and transient and a little bit shorter conga, and I like them. Certainly if they are gated reverb, if they have the gated reverb on them, it's nice that they're tidy and short, and then you can build the tail with the Yamaha. So all of these drums then go to our xpressor, and I can, so this is the extra slot, 8 runs still here, and then I can turn it off, on, off, on, here. All right, let's take it to table number 2. On table number 2, we have a little bassline going on. This is coming from our DX7 bassline. We didn't dramatically EQ this one, it just has some additional sub, and then I have a little bit of reverb and delay on this guy here. We have a stop pattern on this track. You can see has our reverb and a bit of delay going on, EQ and filter. And then we can build it up. 7 and 8 has a couple of live synths that we can play on while we build the session. And then here on 9 to 14, I have a couple of backing tracks that don't need specific processing. And so these are then summed together with everything else in this track. We also have then the brand new xmax from Elysia on the master, which is a combination of table number 1 with the inserts and this desk. So this is on the full master. I can turn it again on and off by pressing this button. Disengaged, engaged on the master. Something nice also to tell, which was on the bass, I have an external insert here. So now you hear the bass without the external insert, now with. So what did we put on there? And then we need to go to that table over there. Here we have a Drummer DS201, which is put into ducking mode. And then we have a little drum machine here from Roland that is basically ducking on the bass line so that we have room for the kick. Then let's take it to the rest of the setup. We've seen the audio part. Let's turn the music back on. So here we have our drum machine, the Hapax. So as you can see, we can then edit the patterns. This is now live steering the 909. And this is then doing the kick. On the 909 here, we can fiddle with the decay of the open hi-hat. You can see snare here. Let's put the snare in solo so you can hear it. Nice thing about the Linn is the tuning, obviously. Bring it all the way down. Crunchy tuning. Just keep it there and bring the rest of the track back in. So one nice thing about the modulars is the programmable scene. So you see here A, B, C, D and the preview. So what is this? It's basically allowing me to program mute groups for both tables. So if I want to have something that just has maybe the kick with this guy, and I program it to A, and then on scene number B I'm bringing in the hi-hats and the conga. I press B. Now I can go back to A and back to B. And these mutes are zero click. They don't use relays. We use VCAs in all of these faders, so you can have smooth transitioning here. Also, these extra channels work on the mute groups, so I can put this in C, maybe take out the kick here and then program this in C. And so this is great when you're trying to figure out which tracks work well together, and then you can program this and then do a little bit of a live performance and build your track live while listening without actually copying all the time in your DAW. All right, that's our small run through. I hope you like this, and we're now going to do a nice little demo session so you can see everything in action and you can hear the tracks without me talking over it.